name is Jenna Kesgen. I am an environmental education and interpretation specialist at the North Carolina Arboretum. I am also a creativity and nature mentor for the ecoEXPLORE program. To be a good artist, I think it's really important to be good at observation. And when you stare at something for a really long time, you get to understand it better. I can give you an example. When I lived in Ecuador, I painted a rainforest mural, and even though I had been in the rainforest, a lot of the animals were hidden and I didn't get to see them, so I didn't understand everything that was living there. So to understand it better, I had to do a lot of research and find out what animals live there, understand them, use photographs, and then paint from the photographs onto my artwork. Things like tapirs and snakes and macaws and exotic butterflies. And by painting them, I was able to understand their colorations and their size. I can't really pick just one color. Lots of colors inspire me. I tend to gravitate more towards the greens and the blues. But if I am in nature and I see something pop out against a different background, it will catch my eye. And oftentimes it can be the smallest little bug or things that don't seem that important, but when you look at them, they're just spectacular because of all the amazing colors that they have. And that's probably the colors that inspire me the most. When you study color, you learn about color theory. Come on over to my drafting table and I'll show you some things. We have 3 types of light receptors in our eyes to see the 3 main colors, yellow, red, and blue. All other colors are mixtures of these, but this results in countless shades of colors. This is a color wheel. Artists and designers use this as a tool to help them choose colors. First, you have the 3 primary colors equal distance apart from each other. That's red, yellow, and blue. And in between these, you have even more combinations. Here you have orange, which is a combination of red and yellow. Then you have green, a combination between yellow and blue, and purple, a combination between blue and red. In between these, you have even more combinations. But of course, there's even more colors than this. You can also separate these colors as warm and cool. These over here are our warm colors. Over here, we have our cool colors. Warm colors can give you a feeling of excitement, and cool colors can give you a calming feeling. Pay attention because this is used all the time around us by advertisers and designers wanting to sell us something or make us think of their product in a certain way. Obviously, these are not the only colors we see. There are countless shades of colors when you start blending these together. If someone asks you the question, what is your favorite color? You usually respond with one of the main colors of the color wheel, such as purple. But what shade of purple do you mean? There are many types of purple according to how much black, white, gray, or other color is added. There can be lavender, dark purple, eggplant, plum, violet, and so many more. What might look like one color to you could look entirely different to me. This is because each person's brain can react differently to the wavelength of color it receives. Your perception of color can even change according to what is around it. Let's play a game. Are these the same color? It appears that this green is darker than this one, right? Well, you'll see when I lift these color blocks. They are the same color. Simply by placing this side against a lighter background, it appears much darker. You can change your perception of color just by what it is placed next to. That's a really good question, and I think it all has to do with an animal's desire to survive and reproduce. So if an animal is brightly colored, such as you see this in lots of bird species, it could be to attract a mate. Other times, an animal could be brightly colored because it's trying to warn a predator that it's poisonous. You see this oftentimes in insects and in amphibians. When an animal is dull, it's dull for a reason as well. It's because it wants to blend in with its environment. Oftentimes we call this camouflage. The ability of an animal to see color is very similar to how we see color, in that we use certain cells in our eyes called photoreceptors or light receptors to see these colors. But it varies in the amount of light receptors that we have. So for humans, we have 3 types of light receptors that see red, yellow, and blue. For other animals, they either have more or less. For the ones that have less, such as dogs, they tend to see duller or fewer colors. For those that have more light receptors, such as many insects like butterflies actually have 5 photoreceptors, and so they're able to see way more colors on the color spectrum than we are. And this is crucial to their survival because they need to see bright colors of, for example, flowers in order to eat. So without their ability to see colors, they would probably not be able to survive. The most impressive example of this is in the mantis shrimp, which is a creature that lives in the coral reefs of the oceans. And it's not a mantis, it's not a shrimp, but it's related to lobsters and crabs. It has 13 types of photoreceptors. So you probably couldn't even imagine what this mantis shrimp would see if it were able to look in the sky and see a rainbow. Your next step to earn your colors badge is a challenge. Your challenge is to choose a plant or animal that lives native to your area and reimagine it in a new environment. How would its colors change based on its surroundings, its behavior, and its predators? Create a work of art that shows colors of an organism that are different from real life, and then tell us why you chose them.